Tonight, there's a debate for Oregon governor. I'm not there. In order to get onto that stage, you had to have raised $100,000 in donations. Think about what that means. The main question being asked is, who do you owe? I don't owe anybody. I refuse to answer to anybody except for Oregonians. My name is Brad Peters. My father worked timber in Roseburg. My family built things here, real things, with their hands. And they built them to last. I grew up in Oregon, and I have watched for my entire adult life as this state has been slowly hollowed out by people who were supposed to serve it. Right now, somewhere in Oregon tonight, there's a young couple, both working, saving everything they have, who cannot find a home they can afford. Not because there aren't enough builders, not because Oregon ran out of land, because government made it illegal to build fast enough to keep up. Permits that take a year and a half, fees that add between $50,000 and $130,000 to the cost of a house. That is not an accident. That is a system. And that system has one beneficiary, and it's not you. 39 years. For 39 years now, Oregon has had a Democratic governor. In that time, our housing has gone from manageable, 2.3 times the average salary, to impossible, 9.3 times the average salary. And we've done it to ourselves. Our streets have gone from safe to something most of us are ashamed to show visitors. Businesses that were here when my dad moved here and was cutting timber, they're gone. In every election cycle, the same machine tells you, give us 4 more years, we'll fix it. They've had 39. I'm a platform engineer, 20 years building systems that have to work in the real world, where if your system fails the user, you find out immediately and you fix it. Here's what I have learned from 2 decades of building things that actually function. When a system consistently fails the people it's supposed to serve, it's not a mistake, it's a design. Oregon's government is designed to make building homes slow, designed to make starting a business difficult, and designed to make permits expensive, because slow, hard, and expensive create the need for consultants, lawyers, and insiders who know the workarounds. I don't know the workarounds. I fix the system. These are not ideas. They are executive orders ready on day 1. Now, I want to tell you something about tonight's debate. I was approached by a lot of endorsing bodies. I was offered the conversation, and to every single one of them, I said, no, thank you. Then I sent a challenge in writing to every single candidate running for governor of Oregon 3 times for 3 days in a row, publicly. It asked for 2 things. First, disclose every endorsement question and every answer for any endorsement that you have accepted. And second, disclose whether you have been paid by any foreign entity for any reason in the past 10 years. That's it. 2 questions, full transparency. I'm the only candidate who signed the pledge. Think about what that silence means. Either they have nothing to hide and still won't sign, which tells you something about how they view accountability, or they have something to hide, which tells you something else entirely. Oregonians deserve to know who is funding the people who want to run the state. Oregonians deserve to know what promises were made in exchange for political support. I asked, they went quiet. When you take an endorsement, you take an obligation. When you take an obligation, you serve the obligation. That is how 39 years of hollowing out of a state happens. Not through malice, through 1,000 small debts paid back over time by people who meant well once. Oregon is one of the most extraordinarily beautiful places on earth. My father knew that, and my grandfather before him when he moved out here in the 50s. The people who built this state with their hands knew that. We are not a state that runs from hard problems. We're a state that builds things. So let's build again. Homes for families who have been priced out. Businesses for young Oregonians who have stopped believing the state will let them succeed. A government that treats you like a partner instead of somebody to be controlled and corralled. That is not complicated. It just requires someone who answers to you. My name is Brad Peters. I am a second generation Oregonian, a platform engineer, and I am running for governor. May 19th, I will be on your ballot, and nobody paid me to be there.